Virgo, finally, it's all about you. Virgo, this is your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Remember, there's always an extended link below if you choose to know a little bit more or want, kind of that more in-depth reading. But we're going to dig into your energies this week. Okay. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or wherever Virgo energy influences your natal chart. You can apply these energies for the next 7 days. This is an energy reading, okay? This is not necessarily like, I don't know if it's predictive. This is an energy reading. So it is predictive for the next 7 days. Energies that can be applied. Now remember, if it doesn't fit, don't try to squeeze it. Virgo. I think that's what the energy is. Know your worth, but somehow it's been compromised. Your sense of self has been compromised. Trying to squeeze in, trying to fit in. What was on my mind right before? There's almost this sense of, I'll tell you when it comes back. Let me just focus on the card right now. Skunk spirit in reverse, somehow trying to make something feel better than it is, right? It's almost like trying to force happy, something that is dolled up or perfumed too much, something that is, you're trying to make, it's you feel shitty, but you're trying to doll up the situation with the scent of roses, right? You don't feel good. You don't feel really completely like yourself. You don't feel maybe as happy as you think that you should feel. There's something here that is like, almost perfume. I keep getting it perfume. Why? Because it's a skunk. This is a sense of not feeling good about yourself. Of feeling like somehow in some way that you've been compromised. Let's see why. That's the energy crowning your reading. And I got that feeling of sort of just being off a little bit, Virgo. That sense of being off, so I can say, of almost chastising yourself, like not being on your own side, thinking, I should be so happy right now. What the fuck is wrong with me? Like chastising yourself, downing yourself, putting yourself down. Being like, why aren't you happy? I don't know. Why aren't you happy? What's got you? Be honest. I think that's something that you need to do this week, is be honest with yourself. And even if it doesn't make any sense, continue to be honest with yourself, because you're not being true to yourself and you're trying to gloss over these feelings of inadequacy with perfume by saying, yeah, everything is great. Everything is wonderful. Now, why do you feel obligated? Everything is great. Why do you feel obligated to say those things? What is that? What are the things that you're trying to gloss over? What are the things that you're trying to frost a heaping pile of BS? What is it? Are you ashamed? I think that there's in some ways feeling ashamed, feeling of you shouldn't be feeling this way. You should be happy right now. But it's not like it's coming from the outside. The pressure's coming from the inside. The pressure's coming from, I'm ungrateful. Negative self-talk. I'm ungrateful, right? I don't deserve to be having these negative emotions right now. What's going on? What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with you. The only thing that's wrong is deciding to not feel what you feel. That's what's wrong. That's the bad decision, because you have to get honest. There's something really bugging you here. And I don't think that you want to admit it. I think that's the problem. Emotionally, it's even harder for you to face that than for you to, put on a fake smile. It's harder. There's a truth here that it's not like you don't know it, but you don't want to address it. You don't want to admit to it. Virgo. What is this energy coming? Virgo, for the next 7 days. My Mars is in Virgo. So maybe that's why I've been feeling so pop-off-ish and like I want to hit everybody. It's you guys, because there's just something that doesn't feel, I'm upset. I'm upset. You know what it is about emotions flipping like crazy. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. This is central. Slow and steady wins the race. This is emotional stability. This is Cancerian energy. This feeling of I carry my home wherever I go. I know myself and I feel secure in my emotions. This is where you want to get to. This is where you are right now. I love this. Bring your ideas to life. This isn't your idea of your ideal life. That's the problem. It looks like it on the outside, but it's not your ideal life. You are living, whether it's your job, whether it's your relationship, whatever it is, this is not your ideal life. It looks like it. You have plenty of perfume to basically make it look on the outside or make it smell like it's a skunk smell like a rose. But it's not. It's not the truth. The truth is that it's not. This is not your ideal life. You feel diminished. You feel suppressed. You feel squished. You feel unsatisfied. Trust in the magic. This is a new beginning. There's a new beginning happening. And we've talked about this a lot with you, that it's hard to make these transitions. But I feel like you actually want something new. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. For some of you, you may want a new relationship. But you don't want to give up the old relationship because you've been in it for so long. You are never alone. And I hadn't even flipped over this card. It's about relationships. There's a stagnation in your old relationship. There is a sense of not feeling united with it anymore, of feeling disconnected from it and feeling dissatisfied with it. But you will stay. You will stay long-term in this relationship. Or even if it's not a romance, though this implies that it is. But it could just be doing something that you want to do or did want to do, and now you don't want to do it anymore, but because you've spent so much time in it and you've committed so much of your resources to it, it's like now, it's almost like now you're on the precipice of being able to finally jump and get what you want. But your past is still there, and you're ashamed of yourself for thinking these things because you've come this far, and your past has gotten you this far. It's almost like, you know, in a little bit of you, there's a little bit of a traitor, or at least what you perceive as being treacherous. That's what it is. It's almost like you feel like you're betraying your past. And you don't want to think about that. You don't want to look at that. You would rather stay in a situation where you feel like half of yourself than ever admit to yourself what you're really feeling beneath. But it's almost like there's no spark in your current relationship. There's no spark. It's still there. It's still comfortable, but there's no spark. And if you have gotten thoughts over the past week of walking away and leaving, that's why you're feeling diminished, because that's why you're self-hating. But you know what? The truth is this. It's a feeling. Work through it. Try to understand it. Don't hate yourself for it. Surrender now. You have no intention of surrendering. You will not give up on this. In fact, this card comes out, this is Sagittarius energy. You see that you want to beeline and go down with the ship and fly right into that flame and go up in flames. You see that these thoughts will lead you and all that you've worked for to basically explode and go down, go up in flames, like a moth to a flame. So you're going in the opposite direction. You're trying to center yourself. You're trying to calm yourself. Okay, I mean, I think that's all good. That's all well and good, Virgo. But feel what you feel. Feel what you feel. You don't have to act on what you feel, but feel what you feel, and don't hate yourself for it. The abundant universe will provide. You're swimming in abundance right now. This is Taurus energy. This is Venus energy. Taurus energy is material goods. There's been an uptake of goods or material resources in your life. Maybe you're being protective of these resources. You don't want to blow it. Maybe for some of you, there's a sense of Do I really want to continue the same relationship now that I have these material resources of my own? Or do I really want to make this investment into a circumstance or a situation that I already have lost passion for? Like, do I really want to get my master's degree? I spent 4 years studying something, spent $100,000 to get a bachelor's degree, and I don't even fucking like what I do. It'll be easier to make sense, just go on to get my master's degree in it, but do I really want to invest more time and more money when I don't even really like where I am right now? That kind of energy. Do I want to make this, put more resources in? You have the resources. That's the thing. And I think you're being protective of the resources because of the fact that it's almost like, well, this is going to carry me through for years. This is a decision that will affect me years in advance. So do I want to invest it in conjunction with where I am right now? Or do I want a whole new start? And I'll tell you right now, there is a part of you that wants a whole new start, and that's what you're feeling bad about because you're too practical for that. You know, you're self-judging. Because I have been on believe me, I have been on the side of a Virgo's. I have been on the other side of a Virgo's harsh tongue with the judgments that you guys can duel out. But what about yourself? Like, that's coming inside this week. You're judging yourself. You're tongue lashing yourself because there is a little bit of a sense of, what are you doing? Why would you even think this? You've come this far, you got to go the distance. But what is your truth, Virgo? What is your truth? Are you happy? And that's the issue. Because there's this little part of you right now over the next 7 days that just wants to run free and break free. You feel like this is a new start. This could take you into a whole new direction. And there's just this little part of you that's tempted to step your toe outside of that pragmatic mindset and do the risky thing and take the risk. Because it's almost like you don't want to be stuck in a life that's just monotonous and not risky. And for the first time you feel safe taking a risk. And I feel like, listen, I don't know what's going to happen, but there's this energy of why do you hate yourself for it? What's going to happen? Yeah, there is this part of you that's like, I'm really comfortable not giving in right now. I know that I can move forward. I can keep going. Wow, a lot of cards came out. Oh well, I asked them to tell me. This is a little too much though. This is a little too much. Sorry. Truth transcends illusion. You guys are transforming into something new. And I think that it, in some ways, it horrifies you. Reclaim your strength and power. How do you do that? By being honest with yourself. Take a leap of faith. I told you, you guys want to go into a whole new opposite direction, but then you're a little bit divided because it's like, be loyal to what you love. Love is all around. I feel a conflict here in that being loyal to what you love isn't necessarily what's really hidden, is that it's not what it's supposed to be. Being a bear to yourself, attacking yourself, kind of coming in, this is mama bear energy, coming in to defend or coming in to like rip and tear at anything that would try to put you asunder. I honestly feel that at this point, you basically need to call in some troops and have a full-on conversation with somebody who has always got your back, and who you can tell your truth to. Somebody who you know will stand as an outside advisor, an outside observer, and just won't judge you. Because at least you need to talk about these feelings and let them out, because they're kind of ripping you apart inside. There's a huge divide. Yep. This is a mask, seeing life through a mask, pretending to be something that you're not, learning from the past, being afraid that you're going to keep repeating the past and your life is going to keep being the same. dream the world into being haunted by the past, dreaming of the future, but not completely free of all the ghosts or all the obligations of the past, and nothing is wasted. A sense of finding treasure in a trash heap. This grounding energy is basically saying, whether you want to admit it or not, you don't want to repeat the mistakes from the past. You don't want to keep being the same as you always were. And you're this close to taking that leap in a new direction, but you're scared of what that makes you. Hold on. Now, this could be getting a firm tongue lashing from somebody on the outside too. Basically having expectations, almost like somebody else's voice in your head. That's the foundation of this firm tongue lashing. Right? Because I just feel like there has been this thing that's growing. It's like this mask is getting thicker and thicker and thicker that you've got to wear. This cloud of perfume, you have to get, it has to be thicker and thicker and thicker. This is really internal divide right now. That's what it is, divided internally completely. Because you are a passionate person. But at the same time, you are worried and you are a frightened person. And you don't know which way to go. Because you want great things, but at the same time, you don't want to take big risks to get these great things. And you, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you're willing to settle for the middle road. You want the middle road. You pave the middle road, Virgo. But there is an opportunity that can take you in an unexpected direction, and you have the strength for the first time to do it. And you are so close to jumping, but there's that voice inside your head that just keeps holding you back. Let's see how to respond to it. Get more details, and I'm going to do a full romance spread. I will see you over in the extended, Virgo.